Hey guys, Christina here, and today I'm going to give you a tour of our garden. We're about to pull a bunch of it out, and so I wanted to kind of show you what it looks like and how we work around living kind of in an urban area but still have a small garden. So I'll turn the camera around and give you a view. Alright, so we've got 4 of these semi-raised beds. The ground is not even, so it comes down a bit and we kind of flattened it out to put our garden in. So in the back here we have 2 kale plants, which I pulled a bunch of kale off this week, and that's what we have left. For some reason a lettuce seed dropped here and we have a massive lettuce growing, so that was a surprise. We've got carrots here, and then I planted 2 zucchini plants here. In the past we've had a really hard time growing zucchini, so I decided to mix it up and try in this space, and they're doing really well. And then my son, he planted a bunch of cucumber seeds, which we've never been able to grow before, and he did them in a bucket and they grew and they got big, and so we put one here because we had nowhere else to put it. But they have some little baby cucumbers on them, which is exciting. Let's see. Like I said, we've never been able to get any before, so we'll see how far they grow. And there's some zucchini growing right now. There's actually quite a few, and we've gotten some big ones already too. In our next bed here, we have a whole bunch of peas. This is a snacking garden for our kids. The peas, they're allowed to come eat whenever they want, and we just leave it there for them. And then my husband wanted a lot of beets this year, so we have a lot of beets. We're gonna be pulling some of these out today. You can see they're pretty big down there. There's Nathan rollerblading on the grass. Let's hop around over to the other side. Did you find one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big one. So these are all strawberries here. It's the end of the season, so there isn't very many. We actually didn't get very many overall for some reason. So I'll be thinning this out again before the end of summer.
And they're really good.
They are, aren't they? And then in our last box here we have Swiss Chard all along the edge there. We're not huge fans of Swiss Chard, so we just did kind of one line. And then we had 3 tomato plants of different kinds. You can see this one here. There's some growing, getting big in there. So those should be ripe soon. This one here needs to be staked. It's kind of hard to see. It's this one here. And it's got lots growing on it as well. This is like a Roma type plant. And then this one, which has just expanded absolutely everywhere. I believe this is the one that's the orange, yeah. So you can see in here, oh, these are actually orange little tomatoes. So that is the color they're gonna get. And we have a ton of them growing. So over here, oh, I'll go back for a sec. I did plant some marigolds as well, just to help take care of the plants, because they help keep the bugs away from tomatoes, but only one of them came up, so that's that one. Again, we had another cucumber plant here because we had nowhere to put it. And Nathan, your cucumbers are huge now. Look at that. It's grown so much. And then somebody actually passed some more tomato plants on to us, so we have 2 more in these poor little containers and one over here that we need to do something with. So we need to take care of those. You see it, Nathan?
Whoa.
It's getting big, huh?
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, and that one doesn't grow at all.
Yeah, I'll show that one in a sec. So then we'll just go over here. Our rhubarb is massive. It needs to be trimmed. And then over here we've just got flowers. We've got chives, which of course are everywhere, and this needs to be weeded real bad. This is the other cucumber plant Nathan's talking about. This one hasn't done very well here, probably because it's not in the sun all day long. Alright, so this is another little bed we have right by the house, and we have tulips in the back there that come up early in the spring. And then because we had such a hard time with lettuce the past few years, I decided to try it over here because it's not as sunny. Usually what happens, they start to grow and then they would go to seed because it got too hot. And this year it has done amazing over here. Look at all this lettuce. We have so much lettuce. We're gonna be eating a lot of salads for sure. I just wanted to show you our pear tree that we planted a couple years ago, and for some reason it never flowered this year, and I'm not sure why. I know our season was quite a bit later, so I'm not sure what's going on, but we have no flowers and no pears this year. So kind of waiting to see. It's pretty late in the season. Nothing's really going to grow, I don't think. But if anyone knows what causes pear trees not to bloom, I would love to know. You can kind of just see our garden over here, our flowers. Lots of them have kind of come and gone. The tulips have come and gone. The lilies are gone. These ones are, they bloom in September. I don't know the name of those ones, but you can see the rest are kind of hit and miss. Winding down here. So here's what we have on our deck. So the first one here, my son planted some chilies which haven't come up yet. They need to be watered. Green onions, we didn't get very many this year, unfortunately. And then we have 3 things of potatoes. Now I'm not sure, they haven't bloomed yet and they seem to be dying. So I'm not sure if they're just out of space. We're gonna dig some up today and see what's going on. We did do them over in our beds last year, and it didn't seem like the yield was any better, but it took up a lot more space. So we put them back in pots this year. Here's another cucumber plant. This is the, the makeshift bucket because we didn't have any, that there was 4 growing, so we had to move some. We've got some cilantro, and then these are chili plants here. So there you go. Alright, so that's our garden. So you can see we kind of just make the most of the space that we have, using garden beds and stuff as much as we can, and then the ones that we put in kind of in a narrow space in our yard that we really couldn't do much else with. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below, but I'd love to hear, how's your garden growing? What's it like where you live? How are you able to garden? Hope you're having a great day. Take care.